floor performance. Terin Humphrey came to Alabama under some unique circumstances. She earned 2 silvers this past summer in Athens, but then she went 4 months on tour with many of her Olympic teammates.
For the athletes, being on tour is a time to celebrate their Olympic moment. There's not much training going on, so for Terin, when she arrived on the campus at Alabama, she had to quickly refocus and get back into competition mode.
It's been hard for me training 40 hours a week to 20 hours a week, so my coaches have just told me to take it easy, and you know, we don't need as many skills as I had before. Ashley Miles knew exactly what I was going through, and she just told me to hang in there, and it should be a lot of fun, and just stick together as a team.
She's needed a lot of help, you know, just adjusting and getting used to competing in college, and she's done an awesome job doing that, and with her experience, the team is just 10 times better.
Terin's experience helped her earn the 2005 bar title, and to the credit of the gymnasts on Alabama, Terin didn't get there until January. They had already developed the team chemistry, but welcomed her with open arms. And Terin, one of 4 Olympic gymnasts here at this year's Nationals. Tasha Schweiker, Kristen Maloney, Elise Ray, all teammates in Sydney back in 2000. And Terin Humphrey prepares for the event. She won the individual title on.
She's very fluid on this event. She has a lot of stalder movements. Right there, a little shy of a handstand. Again, a slight deduction. Very nice release move. That was a much better handstand there. Here comes another one, very important. Very nice. Double layout.
Sarah Patterson's done a great job gradually getting Terin back into competition shape. Bars and being the only 2 events she's competed the entire year. 9-9 for Terin Humphrey. Now, if you happen to be in the market for someone who's experienced all the highs and lows of gymnastics, here you have Kristen Maloney. She sat out injured. She's won 2 team titles, 2 individual titles, and she's got no bigger fan than her coach.
Kristen Maloney is a living legend. She is a legend in our sport. I think that she's the legend in collegiate gymnastics right now. She has accomplished everything there is to accomplish in the international scene, the U.S. scene, the collegiate scene. A day does not go by that I just am not openly thankful for having her on our team.
She added 2 more titles this year and brought down the house on vault with the Yurchenko double full.
I did it a few times in the gym during the year. That was the only other vault that I've competed really well in the past, so I just decided to go all out.
I love that. Ho-hum. Oh, it's just the only other vault I had. Like it was a front handspring. Very rarely will you see that in college competition. Maloney will not take that risk here in team finals.
She's already earned 1 perfect 10. This is a 10-0 start value, although much simpler for her. Yurchenko full, a little off on the landing, but it's still going to be a big score for UCLA.
Must be hard to control after doing a double, but Mom and Dad, Linda and Richard, giving their signals of approval. Not a 10, but close. Overall, though, UCLA fantastic in their first 2 rotations as we look at the Coca-Cola scoreboard. The Bruins on pace for the 4th best score ever in these championships. And even as we look at the average score, it's UCLA still on top, but the Gym Dogs nipping at the heels of the Bruins. And speaking of Georgia, the Dogs try to keep pace when we come back on floor. And Alabama heads to Beam after this message and a word from your local station. Welcome back to the Southern hospitality of Auburn University, side of the 2005 Gymnastics Championships. In last year's individual championships, Carolina's Courtney Bumpers shared the floor title with Alabama's Ashley Miles. Bumpers outdid herself to win it again this year.
With nationals, there's so many wonderful competitors that you never know if you're going to win it again. So to do it back-to-back was really, really exciting because there were some really great girls in the floor lineup.
The only way to top last year was to be perfect, and she was.
It was so much fun. I mean, I came into this competition just wanting to have fun and do my best, and it was very exciting to see those 10s come up because I did have a great time.
Back Back to the team competition. We're in the third rotation. Michigan and UCLA are on buys. Utah on vault, Nebraska bars, Alabama beam, and Georgia on floor. The Utes have Jessica Duke up on vault. Vault and bar specialist for Utah.
Round off entry, full twist, not quite as high as we've been seeing.
Duke's considered the best in-state recruit since All-American Deidre Graham competed for Utah a few years back. And a 9.85 for the Utes' Jessica Duke. Over to beam, where we join Michelle Reeser with Alabama, the tiniest gymnast here at Nationals at all of 4'9". Michelle may be small, but she's got awfully big plans for her future. She's an accounting major and got a scholarship this past summer to intern at one of the largest accounting firms in London.
Her leap series, switch, leap, straddle jump, straddle jump.
I think it helps that her center of gravity is closer to the ground.
It always seemed like gymnasts like Kim Zemesko, who are always a little bit shorter, tend to be better at this event. For me, since I was a tall 5'3", it was pretty difficult. She gets ready for her dismount, back handspring, gainer full off the side. It's an okay start for Alabama.
Michelle Reeser went 9.75 on beam. And we head over to Michelle Emmons, in progress on floor for Georgia. She and junior Brittney Smith are the lone upperclassmen for the Gym Dogs.
Front full, front layout.
You find a lot more gymnasts competing front tumbling just because of the higher level of difficulty?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit easier on your body as well. You're not going to take a short landing and hurt your ankles. Can also get a lot of connection bonus. Getting ready for her last tumbling pass. Nice double pike. Little hop there on the landing.
Brother Mike and mom Chrissy. 9.9 for Emmons. Meanwhile, Nebraska, Brittney Williams up for the Huskers on bars. And Brittney has been a steady force for Nebraska throughout her freshman campaign.
A little bit short on that opening handstand. Release move to Kachev. Right to a straddle back handstand. Again, short on the vertical line. Very important to hit these lines. Dismounting with a double layout. And again, a step, just a few deductions throughout the entire routine.
The Huskers missing the senior leadership of injured Rochelle Simpson, as Nebraska takes a 9.75 for Brittney Williams. All sorts of drama surrounding Ashley Postell's Olympic bid. Didn't qualify initially, then turned down an unexpected invite, and that left Greg Morrison with an awful lot of questions.
I didn't really know what to expect, you know, because she came from a kind of a disappointing experience this last year, hoping to make that Olympic team, and I think a lot of people expected her to make it, and battled through some injuries, you know, in that Olympic year, and didn't get it done. And I didn't know whether she'd be burnt out or very enthusiastic about her gymnastics. So it's been a pleasant surprise that she's been so on fire, and it's been so much fun for her, and she's been so enthusiastic about it.
Considering Ashley finished the regular season #4 nationally in the all-around, seems she's adjusting quite nicely.
Doing a Yurchenko full. Very nice. That's the kind of vault and score Utah needs right now. Let's take another look. She's great height right off the horse. Spots the landing, a little slide there of the foot, but great job.
And a 9.9 for Ashley Postell as we switch over to floor, and Georgia's Kelsey Ericksen, last year's SEC Freshman of the Year.
Very powerful tumbler, front full layout, beautiful form and body line.
What a nice story Kelsey's been. Not a scholarship for her available last year, so she walked on, earned an academic scholarship, Needless to say, the Cincinnati are now on a full ride after last year's accomplishments.
I trained with Kelsey in Cincinnati, and she has truly come into her own as a college gymnast, performing more difficult skills with more consistency as well. Last tumbling pass, double tuck. Very nice landing.
Mom Susan making the trip from Ohio. And Amanda, a lot of these gymnasts, not like Kelsey, in that they merely take their tricks they had in club and continue to compete instead of trying to improve.
And another